WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and Baltimore Positive. Happy post-Thanksgiving to everybody out there eating leftovers like me, trying to get their scooper out to scoop their cinnamon ice cream, which I did, just hours ago. Began my day with a little slice of pumpkin pie. I wasn't too generous on that, but I was generous on the cinnamon ice cream because, you got to eat it. Otherwise, it goes bad. It's so much ice cream. Wise Markets sponsors all that we do around here. We call them wise conversations. Sometimes they make more sense than other times. This one will certainly make sense because Thanksgiving, not just Black Friday and shopping and all that craziness in football, as well as soccer here this time of year. I'm wearing my U.S. gearing up for that. But more than that, to give. And thanks was Thursday when I had the turkey and the cranberry and all that. The giving part happens now. Hannah Gratti joins us from Weis Markets. Hannah, I was going to get my eggnog out, but I'm afraid it's going to curdle out. You know that I'm very, very seasonal about how I do all this. And I'm not making it up when I said I had my cinnamon ice cream out this morning. It's my favorite time of the year. I finally put my fork and my spoon down a little bit here so that we can gear up and you can tell everybody how next week we can give.
Yeah, absolutely. So Tuesday, November 29th is National Day of Giving. So what Weis Markets does, it's kind of like a nice kickoff to help support our local food banks, shelters, any local nonprofits that need some extra love during this holiday season. So what's really interesting is that every single Weis Markets will actually choose their own specific organization that they would like to donate to. And then once Day of Giving is over, Weis Markets will actually match those prices with a $500 corporate check. With the $500 corporate check and all of the donations, all of those will be added up, and then they'll be sent to the chosen organization that the store specifically send.
Right.
So on Tuesday, all day, customers can actually round up their total order, or they can make a monetary donation, $1, $3, $5, and a $10 donation.
Well, it's Tuesday, but we can give all the time. But it's Tuesday, November 29th. For those who have celebrated and have a little bit of abundance in their life, you want to do something nice. This is a great, great chance to kick off the holiday season. I even saw that, on Thanksgiving Day, guys were hopping in the Salvation Army thing. So we're all kind of thinking about giving right now. And certainly what we've been through with the COVID and being shut down and stuff like that. Still lots and lots of people, as the weather gets a little colder, need a little extra help out there. Make sure you're helping them out. Emergency shelter services, animal rescue organizations, all sorts of local community activities as well. Each and every Weis donating, pitching in, and doing the right thing. All right, so I need leftovers from you, Hannah. We'll get back to giving here. Let's go back to thanks. My wife wound up doing a few little twists, as she always does. We wound up with like butternut squash with this maple syrup thing going on that happened on the table. And I said, all right, we're going to add that to the menu. That's a new tradition we're going to start right here in 2022.
Oh, I mean, I've heard of that where it's like people will take like sweet potatoes and then they'll make like a maple syrup glaze. Is that what you're kind of talking about?
No, she had squash. She cut the squash in half. She baked it, and then she put some special sauce. I don't know. It was
so she kind of
syrup
like
or something.
basted it, kind of, I guess you could say.
All I know is it tasted delicious, and it took on the flavor of a sweet potato. I would agree with that, or a yam, but it was something a little different, a little out of the ordinary. And we went with your green bean casserole. And I know y'all up in Pennsylvania don't know about this kielbasa and sauerkraut thing that I've brought up with you, but there was a point where my wife got it going early in the day, got it going in the crock pot, and we had it. She got the spicy kielbasa this time, breaks it all up. And I took a little bite of it, and I said to her, I cannot believe people do Thanksgiving without this. That you need to have this. So I'm trying to get some new traditions for people out there.
Well, I mean, we eat that kind of meal, but it's the wrong holiday for us. We normally eat, I think I mentioned it too, but we normally eat we normally eat kielbasa or like sauerkraut, the pork, all on New Year's Day. It's kind of like an old wives' tale where it's
That's
like,
a great idea. It's good anytime.
There's some like old wives' tale to it where it's like cabbage is green, so it means you'll get like money in the future. And normally that's like the first meal that you'll eat every single day on like New Year's Day. Because
I'm all for traditions. Everybody's got a different tradition. I'll say this: the sauerkraut thing in Baltimore, it's not just me. It wasn't just the Polish folks and the German folks that settled on the east side of town. Baltimore Magazine did a big expose on it last week as to why sauerkraut is this Thanksgiving thing in Baltimore, specifically
oh,
because
okay.
I think it's a little different. Hey, by the way, I found a shoe fly pie beer that
Oh,
somebody up there.
really?
Yes, I have one. I picked it up on a 6-pack over at Drug City because they had the mix and match over in Dundalk, and I saw
Hmm.
it and I said, shoe fly pie. And then I looked it up. It's like molasses, like all the stuff that I like. And I found myself on Thanksgiving night after. See, I don't go big slices of pie. I'm like a grazer. So I got the pie Wednesday and I wound up making
Hmm.
coffee because my son came over. So I had a little slice Wednesday and then a little slice Thursday and a little bit. So I go at it like a little bit, but I found myself after like the third slice of pumpkin. I really, really regretted not having my wife make an apple when she offered or buy a pecan when I was in Wise on Tuesday and saw it. I looked at it and it was just too much, too rich. It was, I already had pumpkin and I thought, who's going to eat all of that? And then Tuesday night, as I'm watching football, I'm thinking, that was a mistake to pass that by. Because you don't, I mean, I'm not getting a pecan pie in like April. I'm not getting one next June. If I don't get it now and get all this pie in, I feel like they're going to take it away from me.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I was just gonna say, you saw the shoe fly pie earlier this week. I was actually at one of our stores helping out for like Thanksgiving support, with the busyness and all that. And I was helping out the seafood department, and the aisle right in front of me had an end cap of all Panettones.
Now we're talking
Mm-hmm.
seasonal. The problem with panettone, and this may speak to my deceased mother who died a few years ago, 98, is right next to the fruitcake. So you got to go buy the fruitcake to get to the panettone, and there's a little bit of a
Mm-hmm.
mix and match going on there. But I love panettone. Fruitcake, not for me. We've discussed this before.
You know what? It's very interesting too, because there was like the one panettone that you described about where you say it's kind of like fruitcake, but it's so much better than fruitcake. But then they had a chocolate chip one,
What?
which sounds really good.
Chocolate chip panettone. I'm going to be on the lookout for that at my Wise. I'm going to be doing it on Tuesday because we're going to need groceries at this point. I got leftovers for like Saturday, the Ravens game Sunday. Hannah, I got World Cup fever, right? I'm wearing my US. Every morning I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning with Qatar, with Senegal, with Denmark, with Croatia, whoever it is. I'm up
Mm-hmm.
early in the morning. So I've been eating pie, making coffee early in the morning. I killed that panettone we talked about 2 weeks ago. So that's gone.
Mm-hmm.
We ate it. So now it's time to maybe move to the chocolate chip panettone. I'm not gaining weight because I've been working out. My friends at Planet Fitness got me where I need to be, but I'm eating a lot of pastries. I mean, at one point my wife said, "Don't pick that up. We have enough. We have enough bread. We have enough. We cannot take on a pecan pie here at the place right now." So I'm waiting. Hannah Gratti is here. She's from Wise Markets. Give everybody the update again on Tuesday and Day of Giving. And can they do this on Wednesday or is it only on Tuesday?
This is only going to be on Tuesday, but yeah, one Wise Markets customers, if they go into their local Wise Markets, the stores will pick a specific charity that they would like to donate to. And if you go to any of our registers, you can make a monetary donation or you can round up your total order.
All right, so it says right in the store where we're going with the Day of Giving, correct?
Yes.
Each store will know. All right, I got to fill in the blanks. One last thing for you, and I'm just going to prove this to you because you embarrass me or I embarrass myself because I didn't know my password. My wife last week, she did all the shopping, so I did not go to the store. I went back for the things she forgot. I forgot the gravy master. I'll go back. I forgot, so I went back for like the 3 or 4 things. We were looking for turkey bags. By the way, no Wise Markets, no market of any kind had whipping cream on Wednesday after 2 p.m. So if you need heavy whipping cream before a holiday, treat it the way we treat bread, milk, toilet paper before a storm. All right. So think about
Mm-hmm.
the heavy cream. Get in on that a little earlier because my wife, we had no heavy cream to make whipped cream for
Mm-hmm.
the dessert. So I went with ice cream. and and I warmed up the pumpkin pie, which is a little unusual. I had to Google it. I did Google on Black Friday morning. I Googled, can I warm pumpkin pie? Will it be appropriate? And some people say, no, it's a custard. You cannot do that. Don't do it. I did it, and it worked really well with the cinnamon ice cream. And I'm not even lying about that. So, all right. So my Wise app now, I showed you last week. I have all of this money that I've spent, right? But I'm
Mm-hmm.
now completely out of rewards. I've spent $4,480, and I am literally on. It's like Blutarski in Animal House. I'm 0.0, if you can see that. I'm at 0 points. So I have to start getting out on Tuesday, shopping again, doing this thing, and add up my points so I can get a ham next month, right?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Well, you got me square. Anna Gratti is here. She is Wise Markets. She is celebrating the holiday by giving on Tuesday. We want you to give as well at the register. Make sure you get out to your Wise and celebrate National Day of Giving. There was thanks last week. This is the week's for giving. And I'm hope that the U.S. is giving us an extra game here for another week as we get into the post-Thanksgiving season. I call it leftovers. I found some creative ways to make some bowls of leftover stuffing and turkey and gravy and cranberry on the top. So we're doing creative things. You can also go out to Wise Markets and add on the website as well and find some creative leftover dishes as well. Nothing as good as my wife's butternut squash with that maple thing the other day. It was really, really good. I am Nestor. We are WNST, AM 1570, Towson, Baltimore. We never stop talking. Day of Giving, and BaltimorePositive.com.